loaded on jets by DynCorp to be flown to slave complex systems and hotels all over the Middle East, from Israel to Saudi Arabia to the different Asian countries. I mean, the real wealthy of the world have slave brothels, folks. They kill children. DynCorp knowingly was involved in kidnapping and trafficking of 200,000 women and children in Bosnia-Herzegovina alone. This is in the news. Do a Google search. But then I see stuff like this every day. You'll see stuff like Greenland's cabinet brought down due to satanic ritual being caught, or Dutch royal family caught with children's skeletons on property and killed in sacrifices. You know, Times of London. I have to look at this every day. And you guys are out there watching Friends and giggling and laughing and getting propagandized, all the propaganda that's in the movies and on TV. You think everything's just fine. Well, it's not just fine. It's not just fine. So this is the new America. The Globe and Mail in Canada ran an article about how in democracy we have torture. That they're very serious. We're a republic, by the way, but they say, you know, in a democracy, things are fluid, and torture was once thought to be bad, but now it's very, very liberal. They're serious. And a liberal conservative, a conservative will hear this and go, well, I guess the liberals are good. The liberal will go, well, I thought the liberal would be against torture, but I guess I'm a liberal, so, you know, I wear patchouli oil and shop at Whole Foods. I guess I'd better go ahead and be for torture then. You know, you're fad-driven fools. And you call yourselves liberal. You want my guns while they're building camps and bringing foreign troops in and arming to the teeth. And mountain Humvees with microwaves. Microwave guns, ABC News. And mountain helicopters with knockout gas to be used on the American people. Source Associated Press, broken by Sunshine Project 8 months ago. They got helicopters pre-deployed all over the country with spray balls with knockout gas to knock out whole cities. What did we do to deserve this? Nothing. This is the takeover. Why would they do that? Have you read history? This is what corrupt people do. And then if that isn't sick enough, this is Associated Press. I had Stanley Hilton, Wall Street Journal writer, on 2 years ago about this. In his book, Culture of Death, he lists hundreds of people by name who, in front of witnesses, beg for food and water, who have been taken over by the state. The state is killing people right now by painful torture, euthanasia, dehydration, and lack of nutrition. She has not been fed in 5 weeks. The family, everyone is begging for food. The woman is gulping and flopping around on the bed, begging. And you're like, oh, I choose not to believe that. Fine. One day you'll be there. One day you'll get cancer from the vaccines they gave you, which are admitted in the vaccines. Just knock yourselves out. They told us there's no more water. They take something that's plentiful and make it artificially scarce by announcing that there's not enough of it. It's like what they do with diamonds. The UN saying there's no water. They're going to take over your water supplies for the good of global. More freedom, man arrested for refusing to remove anti-war shirt. The war said peace on earth, give peace a chance. He bought it at the mall. They said take it off. They said take it off. Now, you can say it's private property. These malls have set themselves up like public places. They have public events in, and now they're connecting whole areas of the country and giving whole areas of cities to private groups. Again, they socialize well through the liberal system to get you addicted to the government, get everything centralized. They then transfer it to the private corporations and take your rights away. That's what Homeland Security does. And the liberals think big government's going to save them. You're empowering the fascist. Again, not even allowed to have an anti-war shirt. Oh, but don't worry, Bush is a big Christian, it says. Yeah, it's Skull and Bones of Bohemian Grove. Give me a break. All these little toadies, these beast Christians, people that are really Satanists calling themselves Christians, are so deceived they think Bush is a Christian. Go ahead, just watch America be destroyed because of you. Final news story, and this is a big one. Final news story. This is in last Friday's Infowars.com. You must go read this 5-part series. Each page is 2 pages long, 5 parts, 10 pages. This is the ultimate. Gun violence, safety, and injury prevention. This is the Entertainment Industries Council, huge group. Gives out grants, tells folks what they want, sets the trends. This is the second in a series of bi-monthly emails that the Entertainment Industry Council thought might be of use when considering potential storylines. Cognizant of criticism and scrutiny generated in Washington towards the creative community, we recently converted a roundtable of writers, directors, producers, and other industry professionals to brainstorm alternative approaches to traditional shoot-'em-ups. So the government is asking them to do this. Now, Bush has met with the top 10 owners of the media. By the way, the Carlyle Group just bought Universal Studios and all its TV, print, movie, theme park holdings. The Bushes and the Bin Ladens now own Universal. It's getting worse and worse by the millisecond. Who could come up with a story like this? Now it's all going to be anti-gun, anti-freedom, anti-border, pro-world government. I forgot to bring that Carlyle Group story. That was from Monday. Now, you read this, it says, when appropriate, incorporate parents having heart-to-heart talks with their children. Emphasize where possible the legal penalties invoked against straw purchasers who act as intermediaries between gun dealers and persons who are legally restricted from buying guns themselves. See, people say, oh, there's a bias in the media. Yeah, an elitist bias, by design. Of course it's a script. You hear the same thing in the same order from the news, the movies, everything. Consider showing someone who is attempting to use a gun in self-defense being overpowered by the attacker who then uses the gun against him or her. And they give all these fake statistics. They took all the guns in England 4 years ago, safest country in the world, most dangerous country in the world, their own numbers. Hitler was for gun control. Consider showing someone who's attempting to use a gun in self-defense being overpowered by the attacker who then uses the gun against him or her. Consider showing the even so-called toy guns like BB guns, prop guns can cause injuries or death. Give thought to starting a story after any gun violence has already occurred and confine the plot line of the aftermath, detection, prosecution, coping of survivors, and so on. So it's this, and they put billboards up. Bush has billboards, tripled all Clinton's anti-gun programs. They got gun control bills passing, the Republicans are passing, very close to Bush signing, to register all gun owners, it's hell on earth. The average gun owner, I like Bush, I'm a sportsman. He don't want to take my guns, I like him. They got billboards that say, report illegal guns, picture of a revolver. The gun isn't illegal, but it creates